The key to resolving any conflict lies in how well you can regulate your own nervous system. How quickly can you move yourself from stress and fear and lack and worry into relaxed, present, and peaceful? It really is as simple as that. There are a million methods in which to do that. Many of them are very, very similar. And that's the whole game. Because once you have safety in your own nervous system, you're out of your stories, you're out of the memory of the trauma, and you're into your truth. You're connected with yourself. You're connected to love. And from that place, the presence that you hold, it bleeds out of you. It's always our relationship with ourselves first. Always. To dive deeper on this a little bit, the way we relate to ourselves is really the way we relate to others. And the way we relate to ourselves, we learn really, really young. We create beliefs and stories that live in our mind, and they create an experience of lack, of striving, of trying, of getting. There's an amazing book by a phenomenal woman called Byron Katie. It's called I Need Your Love, Is That True? And it really speaks to this way that we doubt ourselves. We have self-doubt, we have insecurity, we have a belief that who we truly are, isn't actually lovable, so we have to pretend to be likable, lovable, by pretending to enjoy the things that other people enjoy, even though it's not aligned with our own soul. That we have to spend all of our time with somebody, even though we may not want to. We find ways of abandoning ourselves over and over and over again. And the whole time we're doing it because we crave connection. Crave connection. We're here to connect with one another. And we cannot do that when we're not being fully ourselves. When we're not showing anyone who we are. So we strive and we get and we try. Because there's a fundamental belief that we're not worthy, we don't deserve, we're going to fail. All of these things that so many of us have. I haven't yet met an individual who, we all have very similar core wounds, if you like. But our wounds are not something to run away from, to be ashamed of, or to feel condemned by. If I had not felt abandoned, I didn't have a father initially for the first 4 years of my life, and then my mum met my adopted dad. If I hadn't had that time with no dad and feeling that rejection and feeling that pain of that, then I wouldn't be somebody who you can sit in front of and within minutes be telling me your deepest truths, your deepest secrets, things that you have never spoken to anyone before, because you feel safety, you feel seen, you feel accepted, you feel loved. That has always been a part of who I am, even before I started getting into really uncovering more of that within me. I could not be that without the experience and the pain of abandonment, rejection. So we have these traumas, and some of the traumas are, one of my mentors calls it a little t trauma, and sometimes there's big T trauma, and it's awful, it's painful. Whatever your experience, the pain is painful. And when we become willing to feel the pain of that, instead of run from the pain of that, underneath that, because the pain's like a protective layer that we place around ourselves, and it can prevent us from wanting to get hurt again. We create these defensive layers that manifest in a whole host of ways, but we get to boil it down and simplify it here. Be open to feeling the pain and seeing the gifting within it. Seeing the empathy that you have now, the compassion that you have now, the strength that you have now. And the conflicts, just to bring it full circle, the conflicts that we experience, they always start within ourselves. We think it's coming from the other person. It always starts within ourselves. So we come to a place of safety and we ask ourselves, what's true for me? What's the true loving action right now? What is it that I want to do? And some people may call that selfish. Some people may say that that would lead to a world of chaos and disconnection, and I do not believe that. Because I believe that at our truth, at our core, we all have a desire to add to the world. We all have a desire to connect with one another underneath the pain, underneath the protection. And sometimes it means having a boundary of, no, I'm not going to do this thing that you want me to do. And sometimes that's because actually I know I'm needed over here. This is what my heart is calling me into. This is the service my heart is calling me into. So no, I cannot do this thing with you. Because we can't give to everywhere all of the time, right? And when we try, we burn ourselves out, and then we have nothing to give anyone. So just to resolve conflict, it takes courage, because when we're not used to saying no, it takes courage to say no, to do something new, to start putting up those boundaries so that we can bring the service that we are here to bring, whatever that may be. You have a talent that nobody else has. You were born with it. And when you choose to nurture that and to be with that, and I don't know what that is for you, and I know that every single person in this world has it. We get to be that gift when We can relate to ourselves, notice what's happening in ourselves, regulate ourselves. Because when we feel relaxed and safe, we can be in creativity, we can be in love. And with that, I love you, and I'll see you soon.